And the reason why he don't care, because what happens is Wack 100, I call him Wack Keisha. So I have to call him by his appropriate name, right?
Okay. Okay.
Wack, Wack Keisha has basically sized up the people who operate on the YouTube streets. And he knows that the average person, they are they're novices when it comes to understanding street culture for real. The average YouTuber, podcaster, whatever you want to call them, right? They're not like you. We don't have a bunch of DZs operating the YouTube streets. We have a bunch of motherfuckers who have no real life experiences. We have a bunch of people who really have they their life experiences are so short and so limited to where you can have somebody like him able to run that dumbass shit down somebody's throat, and they're not even wise enough to be able to distinguish or determine the truthfulness behind all the shit he's saying. And number two, most of them, DZ, I take that back. I take part of that back. It's not that they're not able to distinguish or determine that shit is fake. He surrounded himself with people who look at him like he's some type of star. And they look at him like he's their gateway into superstardom and fame, sort of like what he did with Loose Cannon.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. I'm like you. When we talk, I'm like this is some wild shit that he's able to try to pull this shit off.
Yeah. And when I looked at the documents, right, I looked at Big U's documents inside of Pacer, and you can automatically tell that they're not authentic. And he puts it out there saying it whereas though like the feds with that fake phone call was real. And what I did notice, right, with the blue writing that was scribbled out and you couldn't see it, I sat there and thought about it, right? I said, maybe he did that for the purposes of where it's like he's not putting fake paperwork out, but he's trying to like put to the people like it's fake paperwork, but to the law, it doesn't have any file numbers on it. So
well, I'm gonna tell you,
can't see that.
I'm gonna tell you something, Deezy. He represented and presented that as if it was an official court document. So within and of itself, whether the actual, because that's so what that is, that blue line, as you I watch your content and I saw what you said earlier, right? That blue line, that is the identification marker. Those are the actual online stamping that really talk that really that blue line, that blue bar, well, it's not a bar. That really is the destination. That's the destination point from which that document came from, right?
Yeah.
Where the documents originated from. So the fact that he tried to present it as if it was a real document, of course he blurred that shit out on purpose because he knew that if he did put the real shit up there, all people had to do was go to Pacer and pull it, like you did, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not he blurred it out or just took, I'm surprised he put anything up there. But I'm not surprised because after the whole T Grizzly bullshit he did, he knew that he had to try to make that shit look as authentic as possible. So that's where he got the little blurb. When you get listen, that's an online copy. He didn't get a physical copy from nowhere. He got that's supposed to be an electronically disseminated copy. Since when did you get an electronically disseminated copy where that top line with the identifying markers of where it came from is blurred like that?
Never. Doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. But the whole thing is, Jay Prince fell for it. He wanted Jay Prince to bite down on that whole thing, and Jay Prince, with all due respect, he bit down on it because he commented on it as if it was real. I would have never even responded to that bullshit because since when does the feds call you? First of all, the feds call me, question me about anything, I'm gonna tell them to talk to my lawyer. That's number one. Number two, since bro, that's the same thing he did with the Big U situation where I found out, I think you told me, when Loose Cannon and Wack 100 interviewed the so-called Crip who said that Big U hired him and somebody else to steal the U-Haul truck full of Christmas toys from the Big U house a year ago in 2024, they interviewed the Crip. And then they put that audio out there. This is prior to Big U getting picked up. So the Crip was saying that Big U hired him and another Crip to steal a U-Haul truck full of $40,000 in Christmas toys, and then he was supposed to pay them on the back end once the donations came in. Listen, that guy was an actor too. He was somebody that he met on Clubhouse to get the guy. He purposely trying to line people up. He purposely tried to get people to bite, right? And if it's not for law enforcement, it's because or so that he can have some discourse back and forth. Now he can say Jay Prince responded to me, just like he's trying to do, just like he did with Big U. Now Big U responded to me, and Big U walked into that trap. Same thing he tried to do with T Grizzly with the whole fake paperwork shit. He wanted to have a conversation with T Grizzly. He never wanted to have a conversation with me because he could sell the fact that he went back and forth with T Grizzly. He could sell that to other platforms like Vlad, like academics, and like whoever else, like Adam 22. He could sell that whole content to other people. And so I'm big enough, I'm powerful enough to go back and forth with somebody like T Grizzly or anybody else for the name. It's the craziest shit in the world. And before we even continue, I want to applaud you for your diligence, and I want to applaud you for your meticulous articulation of all the bullshit that he got going. Because right now, DZ, you don't understand how important you are. When all this shit explode, and it's going to explode when this Big U shit hit the fan. When the trial commences, all of his bullshit is going to be made obvious to the general public, and people are going to come back to you first and reference your archive of exposing that bitch ass nigga.
Solid. And I appreciate, you recognizing that, man. We go hard in the paint because we see what he's doing. And then when that situation happened outside of No Jumper, because that's what caught my eye from him beating up two older people and then him bragging about it. It caught my eye, and from that point on, I seen what type of person Wack was, because before I've done a little bit of content on Wack, but I didn't really know what type of person he was. And from now, what I see the dude is like a liar, a manipulator, and he's working with the authorities, but he's acting like he's a gangster at the same time. So it's wild, man. And he still hasn't responded about the T Grizzly paperwork.
Well, no, listen. So he went on Vlad. So I see Vlad at the ticker down there. He went on Vlad about 2 weeks ago and doubled down. Well, I guess now it's a triple down because he went on. No, it's a quadruple down now, bro. Because he went from Clubhouse to Adam 22, from Adam 22 to academics, and now from academics as far as major platforms to Vlad. And on Vlad, he said he reiterated that same bullshit about the fake paperwork, Tony Johnson, all this other kind of shit. He ignored the fact that when I was on academics, we exposed the fact that the second piece of paperwork, that the second document was a California State of Appeal document. And so the question was asked, Baby Shooter hasn't been arrested, he hasn't been arraigned, he hasn't been tried, and he hasn't been convicted. So how in the world do we get to the appellate court? How are we filing motions in the California State of Appeal court, the second district? How we get there when he ain't even been tried and convicted for the shit? He's hoping. Listen, DZ, I'm sorry to say, bro. The average motherfucker operating the YouTube streets, them motherfuckers are stupid as a motherfucker, man. That's the only excuse and explanation that you can give or that you can offer to explain why so many people are caught up in this motherfucker's bullshit. There's no other reason. So you got motherfuckers on here pretending to be everything. And so they can't readily understand when they being lied to. That's the problem. You got motherfuckers on here. Anybody can get on YouTube, bro.
Yeah.
Anybody can say they're a journalist. Anybody can say they're a podcaster. If you got a cell phone and if you got an Android, you're a podcaster, right? You're not doing no. And that's the thing, DZ. And we talked about this before about the line, the invisible line between traditional journalists and podcasters and YouTubers who fancy themselves as journalists and as podcasters, online podcasters. A lot of them motherfuckers, bro, I hate to say it, because I don't like to seem like a big eye, little you type shit when it comes to YouTube shit. But DZ, them motherfuckers are not you. They don't even qualify to be speaking on this shit. They are not you. Period. And I ain't just blowing smoke up your ass. No Diddy. Pause. Right? I'm telling
Solid though.
you, yeah. I don't even say no Diddy because I ain't gay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no sissy, so I don't even. But just for the purposes, you know how motherfuckers have to grab shit and run with this shit, right? They
Yeah.
not you, bro. They not you. They ain't doing no research. They ain't reading no transcripts. They ain't comparing no notes. They ain't doing shit. They just simply just following the leader, bro. Hope most of these motherfuckers are hoping that they can get called up to academics, hoping they'll get called up to a Vlad. I've been offered to go on Vlad 3 or 4 times in the last month, and I've turned each time down because I don't see how going on Vlad. I mean, going on not Vlad, Adam 22 on No Jumper. I don't see how what No Jumper does, how it how it enhances or how it even plays to what I got going on, man. I've been offered 3 times to go up to see Adam and interview with Adam, and I could have been on there, but I turned it down.
Yeah, it's like you understand that it's not really beneficial to you to go on his platform. It's like when you was doing your thing and you was letting Act know what type of individual he was. He ran a play on Act and said somebody's going to get under lives from this situation to
Right.
get Act to stop communicating with you on some sucker
Yeah.
shit.
On some stuff and shit. That's and listen, at first he said that T Grizzly trying to use you to blow this dog face guy up. I'm already on fire. What are you talking about? That's number one. Number two, when that didn't work and he kept on running that content, then it's somebody go get unalived.
Yeah,
But he's the same person who would accuse somebody else of being a snitch if they were to get online talking like that, right? When he said what he
yeah,
said, me and T Grizzly, we didn't even feed into that shit, right?
yeah,
We didn't even feed into it. Gonna get what, bro? Listen, anytime the Wack 100s feel like he really want to step up and be a man, I'll fade him in, and I've already put them. He already owe us money anyway, so when he see
yeah,
me, he gonna have to see me.
yeah,
He already owe us money for the fake paperwork shit. So when he see me, he gonna have to see me, dude. Simple as that.
yeah, yeah. And we know he do ass betting, all the
Of
time.
course.
He's not
That
paying
no Diddy.
nothing.
That ain't even, and that's no Diddy. He added 3 finger whack. He loved to toot his ass up in the air. He loved that.
Yeah, yeah. He ain't paying nobody. It's like a lot of pump faking. And from the situation when him getting caught out there with the T Grizzly fake paperwork, he comes right back with this. And for somebody to try to prove to the people so hard that these phone calls that he set up was in a play and that he's not cooperating, it lets you know for sure that he's cooperating.
Absolutely. I agree. And I watched the show earlier, and I watched the show yesterday. I watched the show yesterday where you were breaking everything down. Who in the world, what grown man who in his late 40s, early 50s, go out their way to try to prove it? I mean, if you say I did it, produce paperwork, when did we take it from there? I'm not going to jump through all these hoops and go through all these elaborate schemes to try to prove shit to you.
Yeah, he's trying to go hard to prove something, and then he's like making fake documents to prove it, and it just makes you look like you are what the people think you are.
Jeezy, like I know, that Wack 100, he is more dangerous. Now I ain't gonna say dangerous. Wack 100, he is worse for urban media. He's worse for bro. Listen, there's no. We can complain about the 10 Jakes. We can complain about the Adam 22s and that Jerry Springer ass shit he got going on with No Jumper. We can even complain about Vlad TV and all the shit that Vlad does, right? But we don't expect much from them because they're not really of and from our culture, and they're not us, right? We look at everything with a hint of skepticism because they white, right? Adam, Tonight Jake, Vlad, they're white. So when we're listening to them, we're listening to them with a skeptic ear anyway because they're not white, even if even if they have it a part of the culture, right? Um, but we look at everything they say through rose tinted glasses. When it comes to somebody like Wack, reason why he's dangerous, these and we discussed this before, is because he looks just like us. He sounds just like us. And so people from where we from, we just know that he ain't playing with no legal documents like that. One, because who the fuck does that? Number two, if it's a matter of public record, it's too easy to discover that that you lying.
Yeah.
We motherfuckers like I can't believe you do that because if he has the documents, everybody can get the documents through the Freedom of Information Act,
Yeah.
the Open Discovery Act. So the fact that he's willing to go through these links, like you so eloquently articulated, kind of prove or disprove whether he's a rat or not, and then he uses fake documents to try to make his point, bro. He gotta think everybody's stupid, bro. He has to believe that everybody is dumb as a motherfucker because the documents that you introducing, they're a matter of public record. So anybody can go get them. And like you just said, once you go to big use case on Pacer, if it hasn't been redacted, or if it hasn't been what's the word they use for
sealed.
If it hasn't been sealed, and I'm aware that some of the stuff has been sealed.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question to you, DZ, a lot of big used paperwork has been sealed, right?
Yeah, whole bunch of it.
Okay. So if big used paperwork, if it's motions and the briefs and everything that's been filed, if it's under seal, what the fuck the Wack 100? We know it's a hey listen, we know it's a fake document.
Yeah.
But I want to offer you something else. If big used transcripts and court documents surrounding his indictment under his RICO, if they're sealed by the federal government, how the fuck does Wack 100 get his hands on them? So he admitted that he a rat, trying to disprove that he a rat.
Yeah.
How do you get some shit that's sealed?
Yeah, and he's acting like he got the documents, and when you go look on there, you can't even access none of those documents. And then he's acting like he has the witness list, and you can't even access that. And furthermore, if they're keeping everybody confidential, why would they put it on Pacer for anybody to see it?
Where would he get the witness list from? Where would he get these reports that have been that are under seal? Where you get this shit from? And it don't take no rocket science though. This shit got to be fake for one, because most of the documents on Big U case are under seal. So where would you get this document from? Gave it to you. He always legal got legal. What legal? Name your lawyer who was able to get, because now you're finna tell your lawyer. Name the lawyer who was able to get a document that's supposed to be under seal by the federal government. What lawyer got you that?
Yeah. You know, he just thinks everybody's dumb.
Yes.
And for him to try to act like he has it. And then the guy that, you know, supposedly allegedly slapped him at the concert, now he's saying that guy, Tiny Draws, is inside of the paperwork as snitching. And, you know, it's just like there's certain people that he likes to point out. You know, he likes to get loud like this so that the feds can hear him. So it's like certain names that he wants to throw out there for like the people to, you know, start saying things so that the feds can be paying attention to what they saying on the internet. And he just does it so blatantly that you can already tell what's going on with him.
Absolutely. Can you hear me, Easy?
Yeah.
You just said it. I don't got to repeat it. I concur. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat it. What you just said is just what it is, man. He has a track record now. He has a track record with everything that he does. When it comes to putting out fake paperwork, he starts on Clubhouse with them idiots down there. And then he's able to get a Christopher Lovejoy, one of the other dumbass niggas to kind of like shoot it to Instagram.
Flacco.
These man, give me a headache. You mention these niggas' names, right?
Yeah, hey, listen.
Of course, he gonna get Shetty Nash, bitch ass, Poetic Flacco's slow ass, Christopher Lovejoy, glass jaw, fight throwing, Don King taking on minute number 2 of the third round, just fall out. And listen, he able to Listen, he go from Clubhouse to Instagram, Instagram to post. He goes from that. Hopefully, he's drummed up enough publicity for it to go to Adam 22. Once Adam pick it up, you know that Vlad is gonna pick it up and academics is gonna pick it up. That's his range. That's how he does what he does.